Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Minecraft Dinosaurs in the Gobspout Park again today. We are in episode 92. It's been a while since I've actually announced the episode name at the start. There's a few things I've gotten slack on, I suppose, over the time. But the frightening thing is that it is approaching to be episode 100 very kind of quickly here, which is spooky. It's frightening. It is. Am I ready for it? No. What I would rather do, I think, with my episodes leading up to it, if I could do it properly, is have them all preparing for a very beautiful 100th episode, have the park looking really nice for a new intro. It won't happen. it won't happen just because of the way school is. School is back. Today was the first day back at school. And I've got so many things to talk about. That's why I've come on. And that's what the episodes leading up to episode 100 will be. Literally be me, after a day of school, going, oh, I want to do a video today, and coming online and doing that exactly like I am today. So, I can't guarantee the progress of them. They're more talking videos usually, which is fun. It just means the progress isn't quite as amazing. Like, today we're just going to be working on a path. Specifically a new one over there. I mean, we could be working instead on something like a new exhibit or finishing an exhibit or polishing things, but we're going to do this instead, which is it's nice, okay? It's nice. I've got about 3 minutes left of talking with the intro music still playing, which is alright. What has happened? Well, you can tell I'm just here wanting to get straight in and talk. It's fantastic. I've put some signs around the place over here, actually. I've been a bit organised. This here, going to go down to the aquatic section over here. We're going to put in the Compsognathus in that ring area here, that little, not that far obviously, like maybe around to just this cliff face. When I say cliff, it's more of a hill, and have a round exhibit around here for the Compsognathus. I think that'd be nice in a little junction area, because that's going to be a path there. That path's going to lead on. And there's a path there. I think it's a nice little thing to put there. A nice little filler. Carrying on more. No signs that away. Over here. Look at that cow. He's using it so funnily. It's so amazing. We've put a little support system here because it needed one. We've been meaning to do it and we haven't. So that's now got that, which is, it actually looks very nice. I'm very proud of that. It just looks, it's all very hollow under there. Which I'm not a fan of just how hollow it is, but it probably makes sense to be that hollow, you know? Probably makes sense. And that up there you can see the beginnings of, well, I say the beginnings, it's like mostly, it's like 60% done. Is that. Also, we're going to have the Stegosaurus from Fossils and Archaeology here in this space here. I think it's quite nice. Well, that pig who's stuck. No, he's not. He's all good. So very keen. There's lots of things that, since the new idea for the two different parks, it's coming along quite nicely. And we're going to have this whole section of park, like all of it from like there onwards to the base, all very crisp and nice. I don't know what I can say about that over there. It's going to integrate into that a lot nicer now than it has previously. But that part of the park could use some work, admittedly. Well, let me stop bouncing around all the things. Here we're going to have, just tell you, leading up to the Dinosaurs. That's what this sign here says. We jump over the gap. It says staircase going up. And we get up here. These signs need to be changed. But I think signs should definitely be there. Maybe say to Herarosaurus plus, to Heradadadada plus. This way I'll just show is unfinished. You'll also see it quite nicely from when you view the Stegosaurus exhibit. You'll actually be able to see this ramp, which could be a nice thing. May not be. I don't know. I'm not... And this goes up more than the other one. It's more complete. And it comes up really nicely, actually, to just here. It links everything together so sweet. It's great. But one problemo we have, that we've done the best with what we could. Here it is here. Down the bottom, it's so tight. It is so tight. I originally had enormous problems. I had this, as you can see, I had to scale it into the mountain a bit. It was on top of the mountain, which meant it ended on this block here, and the ramp here got stuck at like here. and it wasn't working, so I had to peel this back until this is the best I could get away with. It's acceptable. It doesn't have elbow room, basically. It doesn't have any elbow room. But that's alright, because we're a single player for now, and we're not going to have that many guests, I assume. And hitboxes aren't a thing in this version we run the game on, so that's okay. Let me see, what can I talk about today while I work on... Yes, I know, I'm not just going to sit and talk. I do need a roller coaster though, so that I can just sit and talk one day in the future. But what can I talk about today? Today, an interesting day. I'm meant to be doing study right now. I'm meant to be working on an assignment, but I'm recording a video because I'm brilliant. So good. The paleoraft trees look very nice now that we have some of those in the park. We need more of those around, actually. Having some even up here could be okay. Where's our workbench too? There it is, over there. Today in biology, I'm going to introduce you guys to a cool concept. Many of you probably know the concept, and well, when I say introduce, I'm just going to say that I just want to talk about it. I just want to talk about it. It was really cool. So the topic is homeostasis. For those interested in wanting to Google it, homeostasis. It's one or the other. I don't know. Stasis. I think it has an I in it. I don't know, first day of looking at the subject, so I can't tell you much. I don't know much, obviously. But I learnt something very cool. Now, what homeostasis is it's steady state of your body. So your body regulates the environment internally. It has an internal environment, which is basically it's your blood, it's your fluid. That is regulating the internal environment of your body, and your skin is basically the raw exposure to the outside conditions, and that protects the rest of your body. I didn't make very many of those, did I? I didn't even pick up the crafting table. I'm a goon. So that regulates in your fluid, in your bodily fluids, you have a lot of things that get regulated. You get your nutrients going around, you get your blood pressure, you get your body temperature gets regulated by your body. Because those are all very important things, and they can't fluctuate very much, which is why your body needs to regulate them. If your body temperature goes, if it hits 40 degrees, you're in a hospital bed, and the average human body sits at 36 degrees. So that's, there's not a lot of room for fluctuation, but it allows fluctuation. It's not a constant set, it's a fairly constant. But what I want to discuss that I thought was really cool is that your actual blood acidity, it's something that completely escapes, at least my mind, is that the concept of your blood being acidic and having an acidic level on the pH scale. Now what's interesting with this is, I'm trying to work out how I'm going to link these as well. I don't really know, to be completely honest with you. Maybe I need to clear some of it. Maybe I need to, maybe I need to do the... yellow. Oh goodness. Well, it's loud for me. I don't know if it's loud for you guys. 64, a full stack. But okay, sorry. I remember where I was now. So that can largely be regulated by, obviously, a couple of things. There's more than one thing. One thing can be your food, but also, interestingly enough, it can also be, and it largely is this, is your oxygen intake. And that is completely logical, because your oxygen levels in your body, which are obviously pumped by your capillaries and your lungs, it regulates not only your oxygen, but the amount of carbon dioxide. And carbon dioxide in a fluid is responsible for its acidity. It's the reason ocean acidification happens, when the oceans absorb all the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. We're going into some deep science facts here. But I never thought of it on the scale of actually being your blood and being acidic. And it can up to double based on your oxygen intake, and other things. Now, it's not meant to regulate that much or too much. It's considered the healthy range, and it won't... okay. From the lowest point, it can double to the highest point it can healthily sit at. That's what I mean by double. But it's really... to think about the concept that your blood could become acidic and just go out of I'm going to say use by date. That happens as well if you don't keep blood stored in a cool environment. Or warm, apparently, or body temperature, which is a strange concept. A strange concept that we have to refrigerate blood. But it's not refrigerated in our own bodies, which is, yet again, another cool thing of room temperature. Your body is warmer than room temperature, so leaving a glass out on the bench, it will be cooler than just drinking it and being body fluids. It's all very interesting stuff, as science is. It's extremely interesting. Some people disagree with it, and that's completely okay. We are just going to fill this with dirt. If we fill it, it reduces any chance of a spawning location occurring in here. That was very cool. And so thinking about that with the... Well, okay, no. Let me try that again. Sticking to the theme of survival, there's also been a very, very cool discovery. Only yesterday, on the 17th of... What's the day? What's the month? April. It could have been January, but I believe it was only yesterday it was published. There's no other reason for it to be on the news. A female zebra shark in an Australian... Yes, I'm Australian, so that's cool. In an Australian aquarium, after 4 years split from her partner, gave birth to 3 pups. Asexually. This is the first time it's been documented in any shark species. Now, that is insane. That is, to me, that is a reason to keep on pushing through your daily woes. Like, the circumstance of this organism is that it was separated from its mate in the tank about 4 years ago. And so, by its knowledge, it is, from what I can tell, the last remnant of its species. And, there's the great Dr. Ian Malcolm quote from Jurassic Park, 1993. Life finds a way. And exactly that, in a population of entirely female species reproduce. That's exactly the case of what happened here. In its body, it changed its way of reproduction from sexual to asexual, which allowed it to produce clones of itself. Now, you may be thinking that's very good, because then what's the point in males? Males are required for genetic diversity in a species. Why is that important? Because if a disease comes along and you're all clones, if one of you is susceptible, you're all susceptible. So you all die. That's extinction. Which is why genetic diversity is a requirement of species. Hello. Because it helps protect the species as a whole from events like that. But it's very promising because the zebra shark is an endangered species, and it's the first documented record of it. It may happen in the wild because there's no way of knowing that. But looking at the scenario, it's been documented in certain species of snakes and apparently geckos as well. It can occur in reptiles. That the species will find a way to survive, and I think that's just absolutely amazing. The fight for the rule of life is one word: survive. That's it. And I'm not going to do that currently. I'm going to eat this food and run away from these pair of creepers who are trying to destroy my beautiful theme park I've made of bringing life to life here at Gobspout. They all agree. Look at them all nodding away. But I think it's such a great story and inspiring. It doesn't even have to be human. You're a standard zombie. You can die in a hole. That it doesn't have to be humans. Why do all the inspiring stories have to be people? I've never understood that. I think it's just as inspiring to hear an animal in basically what could potentially be a recorded step in evolution. It's survival. It's things get tough, you man up. Well, I can't say, well, do I say you can man up or you not man up? It is sexist, however, she did the job of a man, which I guess makes it anti-sex. Gender equality, I think. I don't know how that works. There's going to be something bad go wrong here. This is such an unsafe part of the park, it's ridiculous. It is really quite tragic here, just how dangerous this all is. I do need to fill some of this in. We're 40 minutes in. Yeah, hi. You want to give me a flower? I would allow that. Oh, jeepers blimey, all the footsteps. I would let you give me the flower. You're not Frankenstein. You're Frankenstein's monster. And that's very important. But however, wisdom is what lets you know that actually Frankenstein himself is the monster. For creating what he did. So many flowers down here. It's marvelous. Not so many big pretty words. It's I don't know. I found that inspiring, and I came on and I was like, you know what? I may not get to record for a long while. I've got Supernova occurring this weekend. I've got my formal coming up in like a month. I am going to be extremely busy. I have lots of days where I am attending school, but it's not actually a day of school. It's being taken out for other means and opportunities, which we're thankful for the opportunities, obviously, but it puts a pressure and stress load on us for getting all the work achieved. So it's probably very likely going to limit the amount of content I can be producing. So that's part of the reason I introduced the suggestion that I may need to pre-record. Ah, there's a green guy! Speaking of, somehow that green dude just reminded me of the Doctor Who Season 10 premiere. It delivered, man. It was a lot better than I was anticipating. The pilot, they went to the Sydney Opera House. How cool was that? They came to Oz. I was very happy. And we got to see so many cool things. I won't say anything else in case you haven't seen it or spoilers or you want to get into it. It was amazing though. It was filmed completely. The new season was made as sort of a new hop-on point for people who want to join the bandwagon. It's all too grossly level now. I'm not a fan so much. Let me do some of that. That might ease it up a bit. Yeah, it's helped. I think that has definitely helped. But which is good because it opens it up, but it does allow for minor changes. And one change that I picked up on, or felt at least quite strongly, was there was a vibe in there. Definitely, it felt like the old BBC show Primeval, which as a kid I was obsessed with Primeval. Oh my goodness, Connor Temple was like as a young child, he was my quite so much a mentor of how I should be as a person. But looking back on the pilot when I was watching it, there was lots of things, even the soundtrack, to the way certain shots were made, to the way they introduced scenes. It had a feel that was kind of homing back to Primeval. And even at times at the end there, Peter Capaldi's, he plays the 12th Doctor, his accent brought me back memories of Cutter, oh man, I miss that show so much. I know, I was meant to work on this part of the park and I kind of got distracted and I did other things and I was talking. That torch, it is needed apparently. Apparently I need a torch there. And I'm gonna bet my money that I'm gonna need one there. Bet my bee's knees. Bet my bee's knees. I'm gonna put more stairs. Put more stairs here. You can, yes, certainly go there like that. Okay. And now, do some of this. I don't know what I intended to do this episode. I don't know if I actually got everything discussed I wanted to discuss. I just felt very happy. And I was like, today's a good day to film an episode. I'd love to come to the park today. And so here I am. Here I am, ladies and gentlemen, in the park. I am keen, if you're wondering, for... am quite keen for... What am I actually doing with this structure right now? It's not making any sense. Like these would all have to be replaced as well, logically. Logically, you would replace the majority of that at all. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. Why am I don't have a clue. Man, not a clue in the world. I'll need to wrap up the episode pretty soon though if I want to stick to my 20 minutes. But I just had to come on, had to talk. Today was a day where I had to just be all cool McCool. Which I like. This part of the park is now a lot better interconnected at least. Like I can at least run up and use these pathways to get up here. And then from here I can just kind of jump the bandwagon and get up onto this part of the path a bit. Do I have any cobblestone? Is there a cobblestone in this chest down here? I don't have enough time, and the episode's ending anyway. But to have that as a wall... I'm just trying to imagine what I'm going to do with the path here. Just trying to imagine. I would love to keep playing in the world. Like, if I could do many and much more things, I absolutely would. You trust me on that. What am I doing right now? What am I doing, bruh? What am I doing? Don't have a clue. If you guys want to see anything before the 100th, it's not the anniversary. I know it's the anniversary. It's not the anniversary at all. Leave a comment on that below. It's very... I'm just so impressed with all the fact that people are now engaged and watching, and that I have viewers. Like, it makes me so happy, because I could come here and this can be like a second life to me. And I can escape everything for you guys. Oh, is this the wrong this is the wrong level. Man, that's a jolly well shame. That's annoying. Anyway, I should be going. Not that I want to, but I have to do work. It's a sad state of affairs, I know. But you gotta do what you gotta do. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have all enjoyed, even though today has been a complete brain snack, basically. I thought that was all very interesting. Knowledge and facts and information, so I just thought I'd share. So, in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Gobspout, the Gobs Lizard's World. I want you to all take it easy, have a good day, continue smiling, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.